wami ayikholana buso wami awukholana.
It's another beautiful Monday here in the land of the living. Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, PT, Martinique. Those of you joining us across the Caribbean, the rest of the world, the Eastern Caribbean specifically, hailing up my people this morning. Good morning, 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 good morning. Y'all know I get joy in doing that. Good morning to each and every one of you tuning into Good Morning Grenada on this marvelous Monday. It is August 24th, 2020. Happy to have each and every one of you. Hope you had a very restful and blessed weekend and you're ready to start another week here in the land of the living. Good morning to the folks joining us on the GBN Television Facebook page, the website www.gbn.gd, those of you watching on GBN TV channels 7, 11 and 20, and of course the folks always listening to Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Good morning to all the folks joining us across the Caribbean, internationally, those of you tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. All right, it's time for this morning's word of the day. This morning's word of the day is juberous. 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 It's an adjective which means uncertain and reluctant, dubious or undecided. Juberous. The adjective is supposedly a religionism of the American Midwest, Indiana in particular. Juberous is most likely a humorous alteration of dubious. It first occurs in 1871 by an American author and Methodist clergyman Edward Eggleston. Word of the day this morning, juberous, Juberous, an adjective which means uncertain and reluctant, dubious and undecided. An example of the word of the day: tell you the truth, I've been juberous about that loan proposition ever since they put his name to it. Another example of the use of the word: I'm kind of juberous about letting you go at it, but maybe if your sister looked after you, you could do a good job. Word of the day this morning, juberous, Juberous, an adjective which means uncertain and reluctant, dubious and undecided. And as you go about your marvelous Monday, the thought of the day: Monday is a state of mind. Put on your positive pants and get stuff done. Monday is a state of mind. Put on your positive pants and get stuff done. Get going. Don't just think of it as a Monday. I have to get out of bed and get to work. Put on your positive pants and do what you need to do. No matter how much you fume, no matter how much you strips when you wake up, no matter how much you move slowly, whether you reach to work 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late, an hour late, you still have to do what you gotta do. So you might as well just put your best foot forward and do it to the best of your ability. Monday is a state of mind. Put on your positive pants and get stuff done. Let's see what's celebrated today. Today it is Waffle Day. Celebrated on August 24th, it commemorates the anniversary of the first waffle iron patent issued. Celebrate by savoring your favorite kind of waffles. I like waffles. They hold more syrup than pancakes. And for you basketball lovers, today it is Kobe Bryant Day. Kobe Bryant Day. It is the first annual day and brings together his two numbers, 8 and 24. It is also the day after what would have been his birthday. It is Kobe Bryant Day today. Some people I know, including myself, were a bit sad yesterday on his birthday. And today, again, Kobe Bryant Day brings back memories of the prolific basketballer and man and person that he was. So those of you who are fans of his and celebrate the culture and are aware of the good work that he has done during his life on earth, today is Kobe Bryant Day. All right, let's see what needs to be shared. CPL action continued over the weekend. Big up my whole team, St. Lucia Zouks. They are currently in second position on the table behind host Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders. So far, the Zouks have played 4 games and won 3 of those matches, putting them with 6 points on the 6-team table. Andre Fletcher continues to shine for the team. He was the top batsman on Saturday. Yesterday, he was the third top batsman and he, of course, shines as wicket-keeper for the team. Big up the whole team. Over the past few years, they've been stressing me out, but 2020 seems to be the year for the Zooks. So let's keep fingers crossed that the winning streak continues. So let's recap what the table looks like. Trinbago Knight Riders at top of the table. They have played 3 games so far. When they play their 4th game, let's see what happens. St. Lucia Zooks in 2nd, Guyana Amazon Warriors 3rd, Jamaica Talawas 4th, Barbados Tridents 5th, and St. Kitts Nevis Patriots yet to win a game. They are at the bottom of the table. No games today. The tournament continues tomorrow, God willing, from 10 a.m. St. Kitts Nevis takes on Barbados. Jamaica Talawas take on Guyana, and that's tomorrow, Tuesday. Of course, I'll give you a reminder tomorrow, please the Lord, because GBN is the station that you can find all the action. GBN channel 7, 11, and 20. And of course, right here on Classic 105, we bring you all the cricketing action. CPL continues tomorrow. And finally, for the folks in the eastern side of the island, I saw a notice that Nawasa, they are facilitating system maintenance, and therefore water supply would be affected both tomorrow, Tuesday, and on Thursday. One of the reasons why I decided that I should share the information, because it would be more than usual. So the customers or consumers that would be affected are residents in areas such as Sab, Bylands, Mirabel, Mount Horn, Rosemount, St. Cloud's, Balthazar, Granbrough, Ford, Telescope, St. Mary's, Rivulet Lane, Soubise, Cook Hill, The Villa, Mount Sealy, Paraclete, Santa Pe Street, Colombo, and the entire town of Grenville. So take note, your water supply will be affected tomorrow, Tuesday, and on Thursday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. on both days. 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. your water supply will be affected on Tuesday and Thursday. So those of you on the eastern side of the island, please take note, stock up on your water, and ensure that you have supply for those lengthy periods, both days this week. All right, it's time now to get ready for the news. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's time for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio and those of you on our visual platforms, we bring you Week in Review. This is Good Morning Grenada Classic GBN Hot 98. We'll be right back. Jerusalem.
3 St. George residents charged in connection with the death of Kimon Charles, alias Greenman of Bolio St. George, have been remanded to Her Majesty's prisons. Kimon's body was found in a pool of blood on April 1st in Boca St. George during the early days of the imposition of a nationwide curfew due to COVID-19. 47-year-old plumber Ren Pursue and 32-year-old mechanic Josh Cooper, both of Boca St. George, along with 38-year-old plumber Kevin Ventura of Bolio, are jointly charged with non-capital murder for the death of Bolio resident Kimon Charles. The trio made their first court appearance at the No. 2 St. George's Magistrates Court on Friday. They have been remanded to Her Majesty's prisons. Parents can now start to prepare for the new school year, with September 7th set as the date for the official reopening of school. However, Education Minister Emmeline Pierre says these are draft plans and that a national address will be delivered 1 week before the reopening of school, with much decisions still under consideration. Christina John reports.
With 3 weeks to go before the reopening of schools, Minister for Education Emmeline Pierre announced that they have devised a draft plan targeting the reopening for September 7th. The final decision to the reopening of schools will be given in a press conference promised by the minister at a later date.
While we are sure that we can reopen school on the 7th of September, we are also certain that we are doing so amid serious challenges. And particularly, I wish to reference 2 of those challenges this afternoon. The first being that of space in our respective schools, particularly in our classrooms. It means that if we are to go with the national protocol of 6 feet distancing, physical distancing, we do have a significant challenge.
The much anticipated tablets for students will soon be distributed. Teachers and students of Forms 5 will have the first preference and will receive the e-learning tool from this month's end. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Andel, spoke on the distribution dates and conditions for the tablets.
I would like to say from the onset, that the provision of devices and the rollout of the e-learning initiative would be phased. Therefore, we would start with the provision of secondary school students and teachers' devices first. Then, we are going to deliver the primary school students and teachers' devices. Let me speak to the secondary school devices. As of today, all the secondary school devices are on island. This would commence, and I say commence, start on August 31st, 2020 for teachers in secondary school, and the 7th of September for students in the secondary school, particularly the Form 5 students.
A $50 charge will be imposed on persons accessing the tablets. Preslina John, GBN News.
It's being called a miracle and the people involved heroes. A bus driver, his conductor, and 3 passengers on a number 2 route bus delivered a baby while rushing a pregnant woman to the General Hospital. The images in this Rena Pear report may be disturbing to some.
Arrington Pear and his conductor Christopher Brathwaite, plying the number 2 St. David route, thought their day's work would have been nothing out of the ordinary. But that changed after picking up a pregnant woman close to the Bellevue Health Center on the morning of Friday, August 14th. The pregnant passenger went into labor on the way to St. George's, and a bouncing baby boy was delivered on the moving bus by 3 Samaritans who were also passengers on the bus. Arrington and his conductor recalled what transpired on Friday morning.
Approximately about minutes to 10, when we was on the way to St. George's and reaching Bellevue, saw already on the side of the road stand up and pregnant, and we pick up. Time we reach the station going down, she was get the ambulance going to the hospital. But then the ambulance wasn't there. So they didn't give her paper. We had to go to the hospital to make she baby. Yeah, and afterwards, the Lord on the road now, so she getting a lot of pain. And after she now get taking labor on the bus. Then the driver put on the hazard light, put on everything. And nobody thinking see the way to pass because maybe it's a bus. So all that kind of keep the time, coming down on the street. Well, everybody in the bus cooperate because when I turn and tell them, I said the bus cannot stop anymore. It's done with going, and then they understand and everybody just cooperate. And then you have a next young lady, I really thank God for her because when the one hold the baby in she hand, the next one was pushing, to get everything away.
We also spoke with 2 passengers who assisted in bringing the baby boy into the world. This female passenger, who wished not to appear on camera, said she rushed to help when she heard the mother say the baby's head was out.
I used to say, oh God, he come out, the head. So I had to leave from where I was sitting, go in front, face her, grab the child. By the time I grab him, he come out so fast, and take out the cord around his neck, rub him back so the water could come out if he drink any water, and hold him there until we reach in the hospital. A pregnant lady in that condition, when she's pregnant and she's about to make the child, trust me, she's not supposed to be traveling on no public transport.
Another male passenger on the bus said, although he is a father, it's the first time he experienced such an event.
So while we in the bus, she said that they tell us that she about to meet the child, but they don't have ambulance up there, so they give her care to find her way. So she on the bus. Since she came in the bus, she was complaining that she feels she gonna make the child on the bus. Put on the hazard light, everything. Going on to pass because the traffic on the car was kind of tired all the time. And she made the child right around here. Was around this area here? Yes, she said they had around this area right here.
none of the people involved in the delivery of the baby had any medical training. GBN News also spoke to Director of the General Hospital, Dr. Carol McIntosh, on claims that the medical center in St. David was unable to provide an ambulance or other services to the pregnant woman. Dr. McIntosh said she is unaware of the incident and has called on the mother to make an official report to her office so the matter can be investigated. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
This is a week in review. Still to come, Annandale leaseholders say they are not owners of the waterfalls. Stay with us.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas? Get Rubis, get going.
Welcome back. The new managers of Grenada's popular Annandale Waterfall have sought to clear the air on their 25-year lease with government. They have also been outlining how they will enhance the tourist attraction site. Rina Pear has that story.
Zahir Hamid and Fiona Hamid are Grenadian siblings who have signed a 25-year commercialization lease agreement with government to manage the Annandale Waterfalls and Forest Park. The brother and sister explain that they always wanted to venture into the field of tourism. So, when they both heard of the opportunity to manage the popular tourist site, they grabbed it. Zahir and his sister, who was speaking in an exclusive GIS interview Thursday, made it clear that they don't own the waterfall, as the lease they obtained only gives them the right to manage the area.
Okay, so it's a commercialization lease. It's just what it is, basically, it gives us managerial position over the whole site and make sure it's run properly and profitably. Okay. All right, so we don't own the waterfall. The waterfall is ours. And I say ours as Grenadian. Yeah, so we're not taking anything away. We're just adding to the vibe adding and beautifying and everything to stick to our natural look as well. So we're not interfering with anything naturally.
The siblings disclose their plans for Annandale Waterfalls, which include the construction of a restaurant and bar. They say the waterfall jumpers and vendors are not left out of their plans.
Most vendors here and the jumpers, I've already spoken to them, being the Sun Hunter stores. We come and we give them an insight of every day. What is the plans? How we plan to have them in our family as well. We're planning to train them and provide the whole Annandale with lifeguard services. So Annandale has never seen a lifeguard before. We have a lot of people swimming. So lifeguards, we're planning to train. Even the vendors up at the thing, we're planning to build private booths, so they will have their own booth. They won't have to no longer pack up their stuff and leave with it. They can leave it in a secure spot right here on site.
The siblings are encouraging everyone to continue visiting the popular falls with their family and friends. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Some of Grenada's athletes studying in the U.S. are forced to come home after losing a significant portion of their scholarship, as all their classes were moved full-time to online platforms due to COVID-19. Another report from Rina Pear.
U.S. President Donald Trump dropped the bomb in July on his plans to take back scholarships of international students whose courses move fully online because of the coronavirus pandemic. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and Harvard University sued the U.S. government over the plan. A According to the New York Times report, District Judge Alison Burroughs in Massachusetts says the parties have come to a settlement and that the agreement reinstates a policy implemented in March amid the virus outbreak, which allows international students to attend their classes virtually if necessary and remain legally in the country on student visa. Despite this, Grenadian athletes who are presently studying in the U.S. are now forced to return home as a great percentage of their scholarship, including living arrangements, were severed. Sports Minister Nolan Cox in the Senate on Wednesday explained that some students returned to Grenada on Wednesday.
Some of them had to move out for the dormitory because the schools are closed, and they had to be placed with other persons, friends of other persons or friends of family, and so it has been a difficult time for them. We have been keeping close contact with them just to see how they are going through this process. Today, Mr. President, 4 of the students are returning on a flight today from the U.S. They have not finished, but they have to return home. That is the best outcome for them at this point in time.
The senator thanked the people who assisted the students and opened their homes to them.
With everything taking place in terms of the financial situation in the country, we now have to see how we can find resources, foregoing some other things to provide some support for them. But so far we have been able to give some assistance to keep them at least comfortable. We want to also thank the persons who would have opened their doors to accept those students on short notice and to look after them.
Cox said the government will continue to keep in close contact with all its students in various countries to keep track of their well-being. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Now, if you own soursop and are contemplating selling your fruits locally or exporting purposes, a new piece of legislation passed recently in Parliament will bring changes to your way of doing business. Soursop is now viewed as the king fruit, as the Prettier Larceny Act will make special provisions for it as a protected product. Chrislina John has the details.
The way has been paved for government to proceed to make it mandatory for soursop farmers to have a license to sell the fruit locally and for export purposes. The Prettier Larceny Act was passed in both the House of Representatives and Senate, making provision for the classification of the soursop as a specially protected fruit. The Royal Grenada Police Force Prettier Larceny Division is operating with a skeletal staff, and the unit believes that with this new mandate, policing soursop will be a challenge. However, Police Constable Wayne Frank is confident they will get the job done.
When that becomes law, which I'm hoping that before the end of the year it becomes law, then we as officers, we have to be out. It becomes now mandatory, because what we realize that the people whom we thought were stealing soursop are not the ones that are stealing the soursops. It is people who are up here, as we say, high profile, has decent jobs. They're the ones that are doing it because of the value of the product. So now we will have to be out there more often than we are now, even at night, because they go sometimes 3-4 in the morning, as we say, and borrow the people's soursop and forget to bring it back.
With 162 reported cases of Prettier Larceny from the start of 2020 to date, and with the Farm Watch program on hold, the question is, are any of the mechanisms implemented working? Constable Frank believes some measures are effective.
Yes, it is working, because we are having less report on a daily basis, but we do get reports, and the reason being is that the Prettier Larceny unit is now more proactive. So we are out there on a regular basis. We go out to visit the farms, patrol the communities, because by doing that, you not just meet the farmers, but you may also meet one of the thieves walking down the street. So by being proactive, you reduce the number of reports that you get.
Presently, he says there are 8 cases pending before the court, and that's for the month of July into August. Most of the other cases, he says, were dealt with. Willis, Granville Vale, Boucherjou, and Hopevale have been named as the areas where predator larceny is most prevalent. Christelina John, GBN News.
Welcome back to the Week in Review. The Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property Office, CIPO, has issued an apology for what it terms misinformation provided to law firm CARICOM attorneys at law. Rena Bear picks up this story.
Joanna Lafayette of the law firm CARICOM Attorneys at Law acknowledged the challenges faced by Grenada's registry office after a written apology was issued to her on misinformation provided. The lawyer is representing Franklin and Danielle Comajon, local investors in the Mount Cinnamon Resort. The couple is seeking to withdraw their lease and recover their investment, but weeks before a court hearing, it was announced that Port Louis and Mount Cinnamon had been sold at a cost of US $350 million to JDC2 Limited, a company affiliated with Egyptian billionaire Naquib Suwari, who has recently completed Silver Sands Resort in Grandans, Grenada. The lawyer told the media on August 11th she had documented evidence that indicated that the registry searched CIPO index book, computer system, and vault, but found no record of the company's registration. Days later, in an online news article, a copy of a registration certificate showed that JDC2 Limited had been registered in Grenada since October 2019.
I'm happy to note that Ms. Annette Henry, Registrar of Corporate Affairs Office, called me this morning, and she has taken full responsibility and has since issued written apology for giving me misinformation. Since the registry has taken responsibility for this issue, there is no need to publish our further documentation. What this shows is that our court and registry structures need improving and strengthening. The aim is not to embarrass anyone, really. The Corporate Affairs Registry has no interest to serve and apologize for misinformation that was provided by her staff inadvertently.
The lawyer says her clients have accepted the apology, but in an exclusive interview with GBN on Monday, Lafayette said this does not take away from the many other concerns regarding how the sale of the property was handled.
These concerns include the failure of Mount Cinnamon Company to report to the court rental income, which it has received from the hacienda since 2013 to present. The two sums they disclosed so far, the 2015 period, January to December, show that they collected in excess of $71,000 US. And just for the first quarter of 2016, they had collected in excess of $37,000 US. We have no other accounts filed at the court as was promised.
Lafayette and her clients are hoping that justice will be found soon on the matter. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
A call for O-negative blood type for a young man in an unfortunate accident made its rounds on social media. According to reports, people heeded the call and reached out to donate. Sadly, Shem Ferry of Burtcove St. Andrew did not survive. Christelina John tells us more.
What started off as a good deed of being your neighbor's keeper turned tragic for one young man from Burtcove St. Andrew. According to reports, Shem Fari was assisting a neighbor in demolishing walls in their home last weekend when, without notice, a piece of wall a few meters away gave way, collapsing on the young man, leading to life-threatening injuries. GBN understands that a significant amount of blood was lost, and due to the significant damage to Fari's leg, it had to be amputated. A few days ago, a post circulated on social media seeking donation of blood from persons with an O-negative blood type. The call, according to reports, was headed as persons reached out to save the life of Fari. Unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries early Wednesday morning. GBN reached out to Fari's family members who asked for privacy as they go through this period of grief. In the meantime, a GoFundMe page has been set up to assist the family with his burial. Christelina John, GBN News.
Former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas is known to be a man of limited words but harsh in his delivery. And this was brought to the fore when he refused to accept the words of his St. Patrick neighbor MP Anthony Boswin, saying demons were on the loose in St. Patrick. Another report from Christina John.
One said a demon is on the loose.
Mr. Speaker, something went wrong yesterday in St. Patrick. And working together as citizens of St. Patrick, Mr. Speaker, we will seek to exorcise whatever demon came into us in St. Patrick yesterday.
The other said, not here.
Church of St. Mark's, there were two ghost projects, the shrimp farm and the chicken farm. And this is where the ghost of the devil is. Two projects, let us be realistic. Two projects to create jobs and employment for the people of St. Mark's. Up to now, you can't find anything. When you're talking about ghost or devil, this is where I would look for the devil and not in St. Patrick.
That was former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas responding to a comment made in Parliament last week by St. Patrick East Representative Anthony Boson, as he apologized for the behavior of revelers on what should have been Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Mr. Thomas served as parliamentary representative for St. Patrick's in the 2013 general election. He lamented the state of affairs in the country and said the Keith Mitchell administration needs to sit up and take note of the discontent in society.
There's a problem in St. Patrick, and with COVID it becomes worse because several persons who were working in the south of the island, they are now back in the St. Patrick's area and no jobs, so it becomes frustrating. This is why I always maintain we need to put a heavier focus on decentralization and in particular agriculture. If people could engage in agricultural activities, it means for food consumption. This is an area we need to invest in. And I don't think government has been doing enough in that respect.
Panelists on last night's program expressed concern about the fact that young people seem misguided and that they are being fueled by a host of negative influences, especially social media. They cited the need for a coming together of all sectoral groups to get a grip on the situation before it's too late. Christina John, GBN.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
WHO recommends that all women should be supported to breastfeed. If COVID-19 is suspected or confirmed, these hygiene measures can help protect the baby. Washing your hands before breastfeeding, coughing or sneezing into a tissue and disposing of it immediately. Cleaning and disinfecting surfaces you have touched. Wearing a mask where possible. If a mask is not available, WHO still recommends breastfeeding, as benefits outweigh the potential risk of transmitting the virus.
Dutch Lady, we give you delicious and nutritious milk. We make sure our milk is filled with essential nutrients, calcium, vitamins, and protein. Dutch Lady gives everyone in the family a strong start to the day. Keep your family healthy and happy. Dutch Lady, building strong families since 1871.
Distributed by Hubbard's Agencies, Kirani James Boulevard, St. George's.
With the reopening of operations at the Maurice Bishop International Airport and Lauriston Airport in Carriacou, the Grenada Airports Authority has made changes to its operations that will help stop the spread of COVID-19 and keep passengers and airport employees safe. When you come to the airport, wearing of face coverings are required upon entry. Only ticketed passengers, crew members, and airport employees will be allowed to enter the airport terminal. Accompanying persons may be allowed access to assist passengers with special needs or unaccompanied minors. Temperature checks using contact-free thermometers will be conducted on all passengers. Only asymptomatic passengers will be allowed to proceed to the check-in process, while passengers with elevated temperatures will be referred to the public health desk for secondary assessment. After checking in, passengers are to proceed directly to immigration and security checkpoints with completed ED forms. While in the departure hall, passengers must sit according to physical distancing decals and await boarding call by seat numbers before joining the queue. All arriving passengers and crew must wear a mask before entering the terminal building, observe physical distancing, and sanitize upon entry. In addition to completing an ED form, arriving passengers must present a completed Grenada Health Declaration form and a negative COVID-19 PCR test result conducted within 7 days of travel. All arriving passengers will be screened and tested as necessary upon entry by health officials and may be subject to mandatory quarantine for a minimum of 2 to 4 days or maximum of 14 days. Visit www.covid19.gov.gd for regular updates. Passengers will be required to pay for all tests, monitoring, and accommodation as necessary. Once cleared to proceed to Immigration and Customs, passengers will be directed to the GAA-approved taxi dispatcher's desk. Passengers traveling from a green zone will be directed to a separate pickup location. Passengers who are not cleared will be directed by the public health officials. The GAA has strengthened its operational practices to help reduce the transmission of COVID-19 while bringing peace of mind to passengers and staff, providing a safe travel experience for all.
Bruv.
Hello? I can't see you.
What's good?
But I can't even hear you.
Yo.
Hello? Hello? Ah.
Okay, I see. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
I know the lyrics, and welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, and this morning it is Mouth Off Monday, respectfully mouthing off on a Monday morning. This is the opportunity where you get to weigh in on a specific topic and maybe give suggestions. This morning it's about suggestions. Mouthing Off Monday, this morning the topic is: what could and should be done to curb pre-deal larceny in Grenada? What could and should be done to curb pre-deal larceny in Grenada? It continues to be an issue. Just last week, it was revealed that 8 men were arrested and charged for stealing what has grown into the green gold, I would call it, soursop. Thousands of pounds of soursop were stolen on 3 separate occasions between July, I believe it was, and August. 8 men have been arrested and charged for pre-deal larceny. In that light, and that's just one instance of pretty larceny continues. Just a few weeks ago, the GBN Nightly News reported of somebody destroying somebody's watermelon land. They had thousands of pounds of watermelon in their land and they destroyed it. They didn't steal it, They mashed it up. They chopped it up. They squashed it, took it and pelted it, and just destroyed thousands of pounds of watermelon. And pretty larceny continues to be an issue in Grenada. What could and should be done to curb pretty larceny? Call us on the landline 435-2041. Message us on WhatsApp, please. Only written messages on WhatsApp 435-2041. You can also participate on the GBN Television Facebook page. First caller this morning, what could and should be done to curb pretty larceny in Grenada? Good morning, caller.
I want to tell you morning, Blossom.
Morning, Tanti.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good.
I hope you had a restful one, a blissful one, and you take care of yourself, your family, most your mom.
Yes, I tried.
Tanti said morning to her, I love her. I want to see her one day.
Thank you. I will.
And I want to tell you again, I wish if the music you're playing this morning, oh my God, it's making my day.
Thank you very much.
And all your gospel songs, and when I wake up early to get them.
Thank you.
When I finish, I listen to your songs. You're a very, very beautiful person in the air. You are so sweet, Blossom.
Thank you very much,
You have
Tanti.
all the blessing from me and from God.
Thank you.
God will always
Appreciate
bless
it.
you and keep you there.
Appreciate it. Thank you
all
so
the
much.
thieves and them, put them in the jail, throw them in there, lock them up inside, and throw the key outside because they shall not steal. The Lord God said, thou shalt not steal. Prepare your land, break your fruits, and you will get it when it bear. You don't take what people work hard for. They work hard for things, and if they plant it, it's not you to reap it. The planters are the reapers. So all the thieves and them, throw them in the jail and lock them up there and put the key one side. Tell them rest for a little while, and when they stop thief, they won't come out. Have a blessed day, sweetheart.
Thank you, Tanti. You too. What could and should be done to curb pretty larceny in Grenada? Back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Lord.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
It was quiet.
Okay. For that situation, the thieves, you lock them up, stiffer penalty. The person who buy from them should also be in prison too. Okay.
Thank you very much, caller. What could and should be done to curb pretty larceny in Grenada? Suggestions that you may have for the authorities, because it's possible what they're doing is not as effective as we would have hoped, because the issue continues. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Morning. How you do?
Nice. I'm doing okay.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
First of all, people who come in and mash up your thing like your watermelon and like when they to the guy, you have to be your enemy or somebody who has something with you. So they need to, the law needs to be more proactive in finding people who are doing those wrong things. You have to be somebody that have some potential with a guy or something like that. But I want to see the law enforced. I think they were supposed to have something already mentioned about badges to certify that you're a farmer. And I find that is just being ridiculous. I remember hearing that some time ago. And so people who are selling, especially selling produce in town or by the side of the road or whatever, they should have a badge saying that you're a farmer. Because I'm not a farmer and I want to buy food, and I must know that what I'm buying is from farmers. So they need to be more proactive about this badge that the farmer is supposed to be wearing. And that would help some of those things in it. But otherwise, the law, the police, they need to do their work. They need to be in the same communities. They know the people and trust them and even the law. We need to enforce what the law says. Okay, sweetheart?
Thank you very much.
There's laws there already. A lot of those laws, there's no more laws again. If one charges them more money, it's more people going in jail for nothing. Well, I mean, not nothing, but they're going in jail, and then we have to be spending money to feed them. Okay?
Okay.
And then their houses have no food to eat.
Thank you very much, caller. What could and should be done to curb pretty larceny in Grenada? Somebody on WhatsApp says, give the farmers licensed firearm. I get where you're coming from, but sometimes having a firearm would make your trigger happy, you know. You feel like anything happens, you could use it. And we hear about it in the news. The smallest thing about somebody stepping on your toe ends up deadly. So the firearm, I understand what you're saying, but the firearm that can make you trigger happy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of afraid for that one. I'm gonna be honest. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning. Blossom, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You had a good weekend?
Yes, I did.
All right. Listen, I think, is there a law, a strict law in Grenada about illegal drugs?
Yes.
Right. So then you impose the same kind of law on people who selling vegetables and fruits all over Grenada. When your police meet them, they have to investigate them, they check them if they have a legal right to have what they have, and they have badge to show that they have a farm. I know it might be a little bit tedious because sometimes they have to prove to the police they own a farm. You understand? And you impose that law, so nothing was done. Your police meet me, I have a bag of fruit or a bag of vegetables. If I can't prove to the police there and then, eventually the police then take me in and do the investigation to show that the fruits that I have or the vegetables I have is legal and is not somebody property I went and steal it from. And if they cannot prove it, then you take actions on the person. It's just like illegal drugs. When you hold somebody with illegal drugs, the first thing they do, they arrest them. And then they do the investigation. So do the same. Because other than that, it's going to be a difficult task for the police. The police can't patrol everybody's farm and hope to wait that somebody come and steal from somebody. So you have to impose a law that, when you see people selling fruits and vegetables or toting fruits and vegetables around, you investigate them. Otherwise than that, there's not much you can do.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. Yeah. Somebody on Facebook says it is unfair for the people to work so hard to grow their stuff, cut the thieves. What? Sorry. Sorry, okay. Cut the thieves' hands off so they will never do it again. Lord. And somebody else on Facebook says, give them firearms. Back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
My simple suggestion is that we have a soursop planting program at the prison. A soursop planting program at the prison for all the guys who stole the soursop. And the brevity of it will be that all the trees, at least the authorities can kind of figure out how many trees those fellas were able to ravish. And they would plant a tree for every soursop that is stole. And it could be an ongoing program as a deterrent to all the intending soursop thieves. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Let them work just like the person worked. So they'll see how it feels to nurture the soursop and maybe have a little empathy for the farmer who they stole from. Okay. All right, caller. I could see it. Somebody on WhatsApp says, forget about the thieves. Let's deal with the buyers. Dealing with the buyers could be a different type of thing because sometimes we don't know we're buying from or we're buying stolen produce. So I guess rules would have to be put in place for buying of produce and not just the selling of the produce. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
I'm good.
All right, stay good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, what I say now, the buyers have to have a receipt. So the police have to check the buyers by the boaters, especially the people who buy. So you have 100 soursop. You have to say where you get it from. And then now, the federal licensing officers and them should be regular with the farmers too. So, okay, you have a receipt with Henry. Well, them guys and them supposed to know the area now. Yeah, man, Henry has soursop. Or you could do a back check, you know what I mean? So it's something, we have to start somewhere. But you have to start with the buyers. Because if the guys and them can't get people to buy it, you know how go on. They can't steal it. Simple.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for that. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I think the person or persons stealing or destroying people's crops should be punished by way of them ordering by the court to work to plant the person they stole from or destroyed for 5 years. No jail can feed thieves with taxpayers' monies. Let them work the land they stole from. Okay, I could get on board with that one. They need to be put in jail and every day sent to a farm from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. or some other daily hard labor. We can't just feed them in jail for free. Okay, now for it. Good morning, caller.
Morning, boss.
Morning.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How you do?
Good, I was kind of in agreement with this last caller, and I think a caller maybe about three or four callers back. No, but look, there's a lot of empty lands all over Green. A lot of lands lay idle, right? No, I am suggesting here, right, that the government, implement a program specifically tailored towards predial larceny, right? Anytime you think and you caught and you convicted, well, look, this is the case. The government should allot a couple acres of land, right, specifically for that purpose. And anytime you're caught, right, you've been placed there to work, right? You can be, you've been convicted and caught, and you've been placed in a prison. Taxpayers' money had to feed you and give you all kind of thing, and we have people out here have to pay for these things, and then I really think that makes sense. There's a lot of idle lands. There's a lot of lands they just lay there idle, doing nothing, and could work and could produce a lot of other things. So this is what the government is supposed to do at the end of the day, right? Get these people on them and please and specifically for that purpose. If it's a 5 or 10 acres or 15 acres, there's a lot of lands, right? And put them there and let them plant and produce a lot of things. I think that could be a step in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Walk the land that you stole from. Somebody on Facebook. Facebook says, please don't give farmers firearms. The anger experienced from farmers when they are robbed will cause them to shoot people, even innocent people. Yeah, they might get trigger happy. I tend to agree with you, writer. Somebody else on Facebook says, Garden Patrol, too much police and warden in town charging busmen. So put some of the wardens on the farms. We have a lot of farms, I don't think we have enough wardens for the farms that we have. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, boss. And how about the work?
Morning, I'm good. How you do?
Not bad. How was your weekend?
It was quiet.
That's very good. I personally think that these people were on stealing people farm, so stop and farm, whatever they have in the garden, I think they should give them a minimum of 20 years, nothing less, 20 years hard labor. And I think that will stop, because I remember I had 2 bunches of planting a few years ago. I went to go and when I came back this Saturday morning for the planting looked as though it was never true. It never true. They cut it right up to the throat. I get to know who did it after, but I was too late. And I think the law should be real stiff with people who are still other people things. Okay, my dear, have a nice day.
Thank you very much, caller. Facebook. Simple solution for predial larceny. Have the thieves work to compensate the farmers, then sentence to hard labor for the state. And somebody else says, and who buying from them, give them a stiff penalty too. Phone is ringing. The phone isn't ringing. On that note, let's take a break before it starts to. This is Good Morning Grenada. We're talking predial larceny, what could and should be done to curb predial larceny in Grenada. We'll be right back.
When
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
The Esplanade Mall, something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
Tony half. There Jah goes again. He took me to a higher level, higher. Oh, Daddy Father blessing me, Oh, Daddy Father,
the world is brighter. I'm so much lighter since you came into my life, Lord. I am not the same.
Blessings flowing over here like a fountain. Don't make nobody trick you, no. Hands up.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is Mouth Off Monday. The topic on the table: what could and should be done to curb predator larceny in Grenada. Let's get right back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
I believe that many people have shame. If not everybody has shame. And if you have shame and you're thieving
or you usually thief, mark a placard on the person's back, I'm a thief, and let them parade the certain tongues for a few days or a few weeks. And then you'll see how well you see, or say, my family is a thief. It depends. So then you'll see what would happen. Punishment takes different form, you know. I don't know if Grenadians have shame. Once they have shame, then they would stop thief. Or possibly you put it at a certain value. In other words, it could be from $10 you go around the city 5 times or 10 times. But you give them some form of punishment. And don't pay them when they go to jail. This is what they're going to get free money. That's my suggestion.
Thank you very much, caller. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Shame them, name and shame them. Naming them is not enough. Okay. I kind of like it, caller. I think I like it. Somebody on Facebook says buyers need to investigate whether sellers got their produce first before buying. This, I think, can eliminate the thieves. Somebody suggesting once again to give farmers firearms because the people that have nothing, just a supporter for the government and walking around like John Wayne. Okay. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
I have 3 points. 1, equip the farmers with aerial drones with digital cameras installed. 2, farmers are issued farmers' ID. Therefore, ensure that anyone caught, let them produce such. If they can't, enforce stiffer penalties. And 3, have night courts to try these people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. I think the ID is already part of the mission. I'll call it the mission. I recall maybe a few years ago when there was a truckload of soursop. Somebody had a truckload of soursop, I believe it was, trying to offload in the south of the island. And the person they were trying to sell it to got a little bit suspicious and called the police. The police came and asked them to produce their farmer's ID. And when they couldn't, they arrested and charged the 2 gentlemen. I believe that it were 2 gentlemen that were trying to sell the soursop. So it is part of the mission to help curb pretty larceny. Let me read 1 or 2 WhatsAppers. Somebody on WhatsApp says, why only insist on giving the farmers guns? Somebody else on WhatsApp says, hold on. Why only insist? In certain parts of India, thieves are killed. The persons who steal, they should be charged for the things and for labor. If they can't, their houses should be sold to pay for damages. I find a fight. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
First, I want to reply to some of the suggestions that were made. Somebody suggested making sure that the person you're buying from is a legitimate farmer. Now, there are people who have soursop, and they also steal soursop. So it's kind of hard to prove that this person, that the produce you are buying at the particular time is stolen, because the person is a legitimate farmer, right? And I have known of cases like this, right? Now, one of the things we can look at is increase police patrol, because there are times you don't have any police patrolling because they claim they have no vehicle to do such. So if we can increase in police patrol, we can also see some deterrent. Proof of ownership, as we said before. Have the person prove that I own this and I am selling it to you, or I bought it legitimate from somebody who own it and sell it. It's kind of difficult, but I think it could be done. And increase stiffer penalties when people are found guilty of freedom action. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. I take note of your comment that farmers are stealing from farmers, which would make it difficult to prove, because that has been an instance as well. Farmers stealing from their fellow neighbors and farmers, in truth. So that I take note of that, caller. Thank you. Somebody else on Facebook says, I am in agreement with the caller who suggested that they return to the communities to assist the farmers during their sentence. couple days a week while in prison. Good morning. I agree with the government giving land for the thieves to work and plant, but I also think that they need to be educated and get them to talk to a psychologist. It's not just about putting them in jail. Back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, are you on the show?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah, listen, everybody, okay? The only so we could fix all these problems, it start from on top, come down. Okay? People stealing and then reprimanding them, putting them in prison, it costing us. The next thing again, cutting off their hand, as some people say, you're not solving it. If you take out the rattle of a rattlesnake, it could be more bad. Shaming them in public with a population with 100 and something thousand, you're going to run into a problem. What I believe we need to do again is to get persons to believe in our leadership is one. From the police come right back down. The next thing what need to be happening there, you need to let people know how serious it is going in, because there's countries that had this problem and they solve it. We need to look at it, what they did to solve these problems. Okay? And if people hungry, they're going to steal. That is our next problem we have. You can't tell a man, he ain't have food, and he watching food over there, and he wouldn't go and take it. So this is a problem what we have. So you need to look along that line. Look, there's a lot of Singapore and a lot of other countries in the world had the same problem, population small just like us, and they make changes, and they have some of these things changed today. That is how I look at it. But putting pressure on both sides, how you deal with it, you're still going to end up with a problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. You've sort of echoed some of my thoughts in relation to some of the punishments that were suggested this morning. Thank you, caller, for your contribution. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says the licensed firearm would act as a deterrent to potential thieves, so the farmers may not have to use it. And further, there should be guidelines from the police on justifiable discharge of such. No, that still won't help. I shouldn't say it won't help. We have there are members of the public with licensed firearms, and let's expand it a bit outside of just Grenada. And there are rules and regulations as to how it should and when it should be used, but that does not mean it won't be abused. So anything is possible, and I still recall, or let me remind you of one of the contributors this morning who said the anger that farmers feel sometimes, they might just use it and cause more damage than anything else. The licensed firearm, I'm still skeptical about. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, put up drone for them. And another WhatsApper says, to curb pretty larceny problem, the following I think should be done. Everyone involved in the trade, transfer, transport, sale and export of agricultural products must have an agriculture ID. The transactions must be traceable. At all our ports, custom officers, trade and marketing officers must be there to monitor such business transactions. Our Coast Guard and security forces must patrol our coastal areas. Let's say 7 out of 10 times pretty larceny don't happen on the ports or at sea. They happen inland, inside by Hessa. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jeremiah.
How are you?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
It was quiet.
But, you know, the reasons we have things like pretty larceny, theft, in other areas, murder, is because of sin in the heart of man. One of your last caller says, I mean, if a man hungry, yes, he's going to steal. But a lot of people do not have jobs. And they're going to see what they get to do, to sell, to make a living, for them to get something to eat. So giving somebody a licensed firearm or giving farmers licensed firearms, the thief will get a firearm too on the street for tat and butter for fat. When the farmer confront them, he will pull force. So that doesn't solve a problem. What we need is God in our land. This nation need to go on its knees before God. This nation need to repent of sin from the top to the bottom. We need to get Satan out of our country and let God reign. When that happens, that is when we're going to have some semblance of quietness and peace and justice and these things. The heart of man is deceitful, the Bible says, above all things, and desperately wicked. It's only God could make a change in the heart of man. When somebody gives their life to Christ and that person is converted, his life is changed. He don't do the things he used to do anymore. And that is what the world needs. That is what Grenada needs. We need God. We need to surrender to Christ. Grenada need a day of repentance and prayer and asking God to intervene and to save us. All the laws man making don't change man's heart. He going to continue. And once you make a law, they find another way to break it. So what? We need God. It's God we need. Have a good day, dear.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jeremiah. Enjoy your day as well. Let me go back by Facebook. Stealing is unlawful. Receiving stolen goods is also unlawful. Therefore, the enforcing of the law must be. It appears as though the weakness is in the area of timeliness, reporting of incidences, aggressive investigation, and prompt or timely prosecution of offenders. Somebody else on Facebook says, in the U.S., a thief is considered to be most dangerous than a murderer. I think first the administration needs to come up with programs for these youths to be occupied as opening up the farm school at Maribo. I think the administration gives lip service to agriculture, no incentives, so the youths have nothing to do after leaving school, so they will find themselves doing all sorts of things as drinking, stealing, which results in hopelessness. So I think we have to create programs to get people involved in. We saw the revolution did it, and there wasn't these behaviors going on. So I think we need to bring back some of the programs of the revolution, and we will see a great difference. I will say, don't just blame the youth. It's not all of it's not just all of us youths. Yes, I'm a youth. Don't get up with me. The thieves that have been charged for the Soursop pretty larceny last week included a 40-year-old, two 40-year-olds, a 42-year-old, a 47-year-old. So it's not just us young people. I like saying us young people. It's not just us. So it's not just the youths that need to be taken care of. Somebody else on Facebook says, stop referring to criminals as gentlemen. Out of habit, actually. It's out of habit. Back to the phone. Yes, back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fine. What I need to say is that there should be more statistical penalty, yes. But the persons that they have as wardens, well, whatever they pretty last name personnel, you cannot afford to be effective if you're just going to go 8 to 4 to do far much. You understand? You have to make time to do spot checks, and that has to be all hours of the night. You have to have this men going on observation posts, because to go you must walk to go in people land, and you must come back. So once they see you on the road certain time, question you. You know, because sometimes they don't always take the produce and walk with it, they hide it. So I think that the President Task Force needs to do more in terms of surveillance. That, I think, is the best way to go to curb this thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me read some WhatsApp comments as we wind down this morning. Somebody says, I think first the police should find who these guys working for or who is encouraging them into these habits, because a thief would not steal if they don't have a buyer. I think the thief and both the buyer should be fined and given 500 hours of labor to that farmer, and also another 500 of community service after they will have to attend a 6-month course on farming. Sometimes the buyer is us, the unsuspecting public. Yes, I think there, in my mind, I think there are people who would say, go and steal and I will buy the soursop. But then there are others who steal because they know Grenadians will go by the market and buy carrots and maybe buy a soursop, or when I'm passing and I see somebody with a table with 2 pieces of watermelon, I'll buy a piece of watermelon, that kind of thing. Let us take a page from Singapore. Let them wear a brightly colored overall and let them do public service like cleaning the streets and public places. The overall indicate that they did something wrong, name them and shame them. We don't have orange, we have prison green, I think it is. It's green, blue? One of them. We could know them in it. They don't have bright orange, but they have a uniform. Somebody else on WhatsApp says hard labor on the allotted land for agriculture and the money go to the farmers who they stole from. No firearms, they would kill children who are just enjoying childhood. Phone is ringing. No. Okay, so back to a WhatsApper as we wind down. Somebody says perpetrators should be made to work the land. And final, let me take the caller as we close the program. Good morning, caller.
Morning, greetings, Sister Blossom.
Greetings.
Now, we have to look differently because we live in a country now where they tell you idle hands is the root of all evil. Idle minds also, because the hands that really occupy, the mind is still unoccupied because they're getting involved. Even though they have for themselves, they're still taking the neighbor own or the other farmer own. So it's not, as the youth say, not just the youth, it's because we people need something to do. And when we look how our country going and we watch the world having the same problem, now we may have to do something. We may have to look at all the farmers and them that have produce and know when it would be fit. And then you have to be more watchful when you know the fit time for reaping is near. Those are some of the deterrents we may have to develop in order to control the ones that so idle outside there. So let me try to find somewhere. And we have to look deeper still, because there is something up on the Caribbean and up on black people that we should not lift our heads up. And who is doing that is the ones we love more than our ancestors. Time that we should wake up and realize we are the ones. God is already there since we born God Day. But if we just so we born and we are mother and father, and if we don't honor them, you think they have to come and beg us to honor them? So you think the great creators, they have to flatter us to honor them? It's time that we wake up and understand there is something more in the matter than just our people is thieves and lazy and have work to do. Let the leaders that we put there, the politicians and them that we put there, prepare the way for the children. And that's only how we could get the children to be more educated and sensible of what should be and what shouldn't.
Okay.
And I think when we grow them in that way, we will have the benefit of them. Give thanks, my sister.
Thank you very much, caller. On that note, it's time to end the program. Thank you guys so much for participating, respectfully participating in this morning's Mouth Off Monday. Same time, same place next Monday, God willing, a different topic. It's now time to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have yourselves a very blessed day. Let me go back to my song. Bye-bye.
Soon,